Okay, here's what happened a few days ago. Guys, I just came back. Let me put you down. Okay, so I was just recording a video for you guys, and then my dog starts barking like crazy because there was a mailman. I pre-ordered the iPad Pro 2021, the one with like the M1 chip or whatever, and it's here. I'm so excited. This is gonna be such a fun day. So do you want to open it with me? Let's go. I finally received my M1 iPad Pro 2021. So I was doing a little unboxing video for it. I was transferring all the apps, files, organizing everything, and I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to share with you some of my favorite productivity apps for iPad, as well as some other apps that I absolutely adore. So here's my oldie where I transferred all the files from, and this is the new guy. And I love it. It is so cool. It's so fast. So as I was preparing to record this video, I was writing down all these apps that I love that are helping me in one way or the other. And there were so many of them, this list would have been very long. So I just picked a few of the favorite ones, and it was still a lot of apps. So I broke them down into 4 categories. Every few years, I'm discovering some new app that I love, and it just keeps piling up. So here they are. The first one is all about the notes, goals, and organization. And my most favorite app that I just discovered maybe like a year ago, but I'm so glad I did, and it is my favorite app now. It is GoodNotes. It's right here. I just love it so much because it lets me organize my thoughts, my ideas, and it allows you to create folders and notebooks. So for example, here we have my journal that I just started recently, like a 30-day challenge in a way. So if I end up finishing the challenge, I'll probably make a video about it, hint, hint. And I apologize for the reflection, but this is how I'm recording right now. I have my camera set up with a microphone and a light behind it, and there is my window there. Next up, a planner that I created for myself with all the tasks that I want to be completing. This is yesterday's stuff, and today I was supposed to publish a video, which I did, so I'm gonna cross it out. Then there's this different kind of planning that I'm creating, notes from books that I'm reading, some brain dump stuff. Whenever I have to write something, I just open this and without thinking start writing. My life bucket list and other things like this. It's super fun. You can just click new, and then you can create a notebook or a folder or upload an image and draw on top of it, or scan a document or take a photo or import from other files. There's so much you can do with this. It is so awesome. Then you have different pens and pencils and stickers that you can add. And it's just really fun to do. Next up on notes and organization, actually the Notes app, which you're probably very familiar with already. I love organizing by folders. So for example, for today's video, I had this iPad Pro 2021, my favorite productivity apps plus unboxing, and I have my little outline here. And also if you have some ideas, notes, random notes, and all sorts of cool stuff, it is all here, and it's really easy to access because it syncs to my phone and to my laptop. Next up, Google Docs. I love them so much because it also syncs with my phone and my laptop, and sometimes I feel like working in this kind of format and not on the Notes app, so then I just use Google Docs. And if I need to make any sheets, then I do them here. Like for example, when I'm creating a schedule for the articles that I'll be posting, I like to use Google Sheets with different keywords that I'm researching, my different ideas, and then I just write them down in a list that's easy to follow for me. I also have like the date and what the process is like. So for this one, it is outlined, so I'm just gonna edit that. And now it syncs to my laptop, and I can always keep myself on track and organized. Next up is my iCloud drive, where I collect all the things that I need to collect. Right now, there's not too much, but as I needed to transfer a lot of files from my old iPad to this iPad, all I had to do was upload them to the iCloud drive. For example, here's my old iPad Procreate files, all of my drawings. I just exported them to iCloud, and now I can access them here. You will always have everything structured and available to you from any place that you want. Finally, last but not least, is Grammarly. And Grammarly allows me to type in things as well and just keep them here as my files. But if I were to make mistakes, then it would fix it for me. It would tell me, hey, insert punctuation or start a new sentence. All right, so the second category is all about learning. This is where I dedicate a lot of time to because I love learning. I think it's fun and I love being able to improve on a daily basis because of the new things that I've learned or discovered. And here are the apps that help me do just that. So the Books app, because it allows me to highlight different things and just go through the reading. It is so intuitive and it looks so cool. I do love physical books slightly more just because of the texture and the holding it, but iPad kind of makes up for it because it has the other useful tools like bookmarks if you added any page to your bookmark, or like notes. Anything that I found very interesting will be here and I can go back to it, to the highlights, and remember what I thought was important so I can review in a week, in a month, in a year, which makes this very useful. And then another option would be Kindle, which is also super cool and it's kind of like books as well. And if you have a Kindle subscription, like the Amazon subscription, you can download a lot of cool books. And you can also highlight different things just like in the Books app, and then it just saves it for you. Next up for learning is podcasts, which is so cool because if I play a podcast from my library, and right now, for example, I want to listen to John Bishop because he's awesome.
Sharing some of my insights with this person, but it became obvious to me in our conversation that I should do that I should be sharing what was on my mind. And we were on the subject of,
So as you can see, when you're listening to a podcast, it appears right here. You can pause, play, go back, go forward, and also take notes while you're listening to podcasts. And this was just life-changing for me. And the same applies to Spotify. If you listen to podcasts on Spotify, then you can also play it and take notes.
How did old school rich?
Yeah. Finally, another one that I'm in love with lately is Duolingo because it allows me to learn new languages. So currently I am learning a little bit of Spanish just for fun, and you can go through all of these different lessons and unlock them as you go, and there is so much, it's actually insane, and then you can just get started. By the way, it would help my small channel out a lot if you gave it a small little like if you're enjoying this video. Thank you. Number 3 is creativity. I've always been that creative weird kid, I guess. At first I was singing, then I was doing theater, writing poems. Then I came to Canada and became an illustrator, blogger, YouTuber, everything connected to creativity. I gotcha. But I also don't know a lot of other things. So these are the apps that I love and use because they help me create content online, also help me draw, but some of these apps, as I will show you, help me improve my new skills that I don't even have, but they're still very fun to play with. I love the iPad because it allows me to be creative in so many different ways that I didn't even expect that I would be. The reason why I purchased it like 5 years ago, my older one, was because I wanted to use Procreate app to paint. Right now, I don't really have any paintings yet because again, they're all on my old iPad, but I did already start learning. And so in that sense, I did like this little quick sketch while I was on the phone, and I'm also doing some studies right now. So this is actually very helpful. For example, I am taking this course in NMA, New Masters Academy, that talks all about heads and how to draw them. Even though I have graduated with a bachelor's in illustration, I think learning is always good. So I love to learn from professionals. And so what I like doing is having the lesson like so, and then just drawing while I'm following the lesson. Then as the professional is explaining what they want us to draw or they're drawing, then I just follow along. And this is how I multitask and how I learn to draw better. But I'll show you another fun thing with this feature later on. Another cool creative app that I am trying to learn to use is Forger. And Forger is basically a sculpting software that is so fun to play around with, but I honestly do not know how to sculpt. So this is more of a challenge than anything else at this point. Next up, GarageBand, which you definitely already have on your iPad, and it just allows you to play with different sounds, and it's so fun. It's so easy. I was playing the other day, and I'm no musician. I'm no sculptor either, but that's what I love about iPad. It allows you to expand your creativity. Basically, you can make your own soundtracks for YouTube if you choose to do so, because this is so easy. You just select an instrument and it freaking autoplays for you. Like, how cool is that? Next up on the creativity list is Canva, and I definitely had to include it. Canva allows you to create so many different forms of content. You can create Instagram posts, stories, animated social media, and all this fun stuff. Like so, and it's so easy. Next up, Lightroom. And here's all the photos that I've been editing in Lightroom, and they sync between my laptop and this app. For example, one of these was my thumbnail for a video I posted yesterday. But if I were to just open a brand new one, I can begin adjusting it. And it gives you all the helpful tips if you are not sure about certain things. I can zoom in and get rid of all of my little imperfections. So easy. By the way, I'm going to be leaving links down below in the description for all of these apps, so you can check them out for yourself. Next up for creativity is my YouTube Studio, and that's where I like to respond to comments whenever they appear, so that I'm always in the loop. And another fun one is this Viz Ref. Right now I don't have any folders here because, again, this is just a new iPad, so it didn't transfer, but it's actually a pretty cool thing. So if I want to start a new one, it's like an endless canvas for your references. Let's say I wanted to create a vision board with all the paintings from Renaissance that I like. I would just drag and drop this until I'm satisfied. And then I have this board right here. I can start another one, or I can connect it to this one. It is up to me. It's kind of like your own personal Pinterest board, but without being on Pinterest, instead having it on your iPad. I love using it as my reference board for different paintings that I'm creating. So if I have like 20 different references, I have them here. And then when I paint, I can take certain things from certain references. And number 4, final category is entertainment. And you probably already know all of these, but let me show you a secret hack on how to multitask, especially when it comes to YouTube. I wish I knew this hack when I first got my iPad, and I didn't, and it sucked. But now I do, and I want to share it with you, so let's go. As a productivity geek who is also very lazy at times, I love to be able to multitask. So if I'm painting, I consider that to be a productive spend of my time. It is my craft, and I always need to be improving it. And so while I'm painting, I like to watch Netflix. While I'm being productive in my own way, I can watch Netflix by swiping up and then paint whatever it is that I'm painting while I'm watching my favorite movies, like 50th time in a row. The same goes about Disney Plus, and here I am being hyper productive, and Prime Video. The only one that's not working is YouTube. If I start playing a video by the amazing Peter McKinnon and then I exit it, it exits it completely. But sometimes I just like to watch the YouTubers that I love while painting or doing my own thing, you know, or just taking notes on whatever it is they're talking about. So to find a way around that, I found that if I go to Safari and then open a video on YouTube, put it in full screen, and then this button appears, and now I can actually watch YouTube videos while I'm taking my notes or drawing or whatever it is that I'm doing. This was life-changing. I can move it around, keep it wherever I want, make it slightly bigger, smaller, and this is the hack that I was missing for the first year of having an iPad, and it sucked. So as I said at the beginning of this video, I always stumble upon this new amazing app, and I'm like, how did I live without you in my life? So it would really help me out a lot, and all of the people watching, if you went down in the comment section and wrote down 1 to 3 apps that you cannot imagine yourself living without, or that you just think are fun to share and I haven't mentioned them, because I will download all of them and I'll check out all of them, because if you love it, there's a high chance that I'll love it too. So let us know in the comment section down below. I hope this video was as fun for you to watch as it was for me to create. And before you run off downloading all of these apps that I just mentioned, which are by the way linked in the description box, you can check out this video. And now that I'm finally done with this video, I'm gonna go play on my iPad. So see you guys, and don't forget to subscribe right here.